G'day buddies, Jacaro Toro here, and on this channel I focus on Australian Aborigines, their languages, cultures, history and so on. And today I'd like to start looking at copula clauses in the Ngarla language, the language I have studied and described. So what is a copula clause, you might wonder? That is a clause that says something about someone or something else. So for example, I am a teacher. In a copula clause you have a subject, the one that is in focus. You have what is called the copula complement, that which describes the subject. And in English, if the copula complement is a noun, you need to include the indefinite article. I am a teacher. Now actually this is unusual if we look at languages around the world. In my native Swedish, no indefinite article is necessary. You would just say, I am teacher. That works equally well, as it so happens. And many languages have what is called a copula verb. This is a verb that has its own name. And copula is a Latin word which means link or tie. The reason that this verb, the verb to be, of course, that it has its own name is because it stands out among the verbs of any given language. Now, usually verbs have a semantic content. They imply that something takes place, something happens, something changes. They have semantic contents like that. But if you consider this verb, what is the semantic content of to be in any given context where it's used? Well, primarily this verb works as a link or a tie, hence the name, tying the subject and the copula complement to each other. And in any given context, I would say that what this expresses mostly is tense. I am a teacher, I was a teacher, and so on. So, since there isn't very much in the way of semantic content here, there are quite a number of languages around the world that do not have a copula verb. Many languages have a copula verb. Some languages even have two. For example, Spanish and Portuguese here in Europe, and Thai in Asia. But quite a number of languages have no copula verb. They would say just I teacher, and that works too, as it so happens. But then there is a scale between these two extremes. So there are languages that use copulas in some contexts, but not in others. It's actually fairly common to find a tense-based split, like in Russian, where there is no copula in the present tense, but there is a copula in other tenses. This particular type of split is common for some reason. But as I said, we are going to look at Ngarla. And I have written different functions here, different functions that copula clauses fill or serve in Australian languages. This is taken from an article by Professor R.M.W. Dixon from 2002. So we have the function identity or equation, where the copula complement should be a noun. We have the function attribution, where the complement should be an adjective, and so on. There will be more functions discussed in coming videos. Yes, but as we will see here, Ngarla in fact has no copula verb. It is one of those languages. So if we look here, palagani midanya. Palagani, the demonstrative for something that is mid-distant, and old man. So that old man, jugambara, liar. That old man is a liar in English. This example here is a bit more complicated since we have a relative clause here in the middle. But we have the subject first, ngonyi berere. Ngonyi, the demonstrative for something that is far away, and man. So, that man. And here we have the copula complement, nganwa kaja, my older brother. And in the middle we have this relative clause, a headless relative clause to be specific. Wargandi ngarian, a complex verb. It means is sitting in the present tense. Wandaga yirbinga. So tree, locative, shade, locative. So what this means is that man sitting in the tree shade is my older brother. Yes, so that was identity equation. Now let's look at attribution. Here we can see that you don't have to have the subject and the complement in this particular order, which is the same order as in English, of course. You can make a switch. So mulji, deep, palagani wula, that water. And of course you can say it in the same way. In English you would sound like Yoda, but you can say it in the same way. Deep that water is. Or something like that. Yes. In this example, we can see that Ngarla is a pro-drop language, as it's called. You can leave the subject out if it's otherwise understood through the speech context. And really, you can leave any nominal argument out if understood through the speech context. And that is exactly what is happening here. So first we have verbs here, one negation and two verbs. Mida karimanda. Mida, the negative particle. Kari, the verb that means carry, take, bring. And in Ngarla, there is one present tense and a number of past tenses, but there is also one particular present negative and one past negative distinction. I call these contrafactuals. So here we have past contrafactual. Midakarimanda should be interpreted to mean he didn't take it. This is a transitive verb, so an object is implied. Wanjano, leave, in the past tense, which should be interpreted to mean he left it. This is also a transitive verb, by the way. And then we have the copula complement. Korbo mori. Korbo, heavy, and mori, an intensifier. So this means too heavy. So should be interpreted to mean it was too heavy. Yes, so that's the two functions, identity and equation, and attribution. Right, and now I have listed a number of things here that you might want to say about yourself in different contexts. In Ngarla, of course. So, ngaya, I, first person singular nominative, corresponds then to I am. In English, I am wonga, hungry, manja, thirsty. Now note here that the word for tired is manja plus an extra sound at the end. So manjar. Yes, for some reason that is the case. Unfortunately, I do not seem to have a word for the opposite of these. So when you're feeling sated or full, there is a word in the database for full of water, but that's for a container, of course, not for a person. People are full of water naturally, but anyway, that word is for containers. So moro, happy, paja, angry, also forceful and dangerous. This word has different meanings. You can be either marara or punbal, both mean sick, and wambari means well. These two here that I have put stars before, they are nominal expressions. Ngain here is the seat of feelings and emotions, and they are located inside the upper half of the body. So in here, that's where ngain is. And the reason I have put stars here is that with these expressions you don't use ngaya. Instead, you need to use nganya, the accusative form. So ngain nganya pagoda, meaning I am sad, and ngain nganya wambari, I'm feeling good. Well, this is all for today, but as you know by now, I will be back. So, see you later.